Well, hello again. We're going to be clearing cultural and religious beliefs. Yeah, cultural and religious beliefs. It's mostly from other lifetimes, so it's rather, if you have particularly religious beliefs in this lifetime, that's entirely up to you, whatever. But we're clearing cultural and religious beliefs that are still running, maybe either from early life or that are affecting our lives in some way, belief systems that have been handed down as well through generations is what we're looking at. So it's really kind of ancestral, other lifetime, you're consciously aware enough to know what you want to adopt and what you don't want to adopt in this lifetime. That's entirely up to you, and that's where you can use your own intelligence to decide what is right for you. So there's no judgment on anybody's religious or cultural beliefs, no judgment at all. But it's stuff that's handed down in our DNA and stuff that's let's get comfy, stuff that's maybe still lingering, that we're still holding on to somewhere in our energetic data systems, really, that we want to shift, that's getting in the way, old belief systems that are getting in the way of things. And you can find that if you've had a lot of overly religious lifetimes, we can be running things like hate of God. If we felt let down, we were burnt at the stake, or whatever, in the Reformation of the church in the UK, or if you were I don't know, attacked by the Spanish Inquisition, or a Cathar, or something along those lines. You might be carrying certain belief systems that are still running now, like hate of men, hate of women, hate of church, not hate of the church so much, but hate of God. God let me down, God betrayed me, God has abandoned me. All those things that can still be running in our data systems. So and even the cultural beliefs, the society norms of the day, that this person is bad, that person is bad, all that slavery and the slavery all over the world. And we've all lived lives as slaves in some lifetime or another, and maybe in other dimensions, other planets as well. So all the cultural beliefs that come with that are still running in the DNA, that so and so is bad, and I'm trapped, I'm not free. These things come up again and again with people. I know when I work one-to-one with them, and we're muscle testing some of the underlying beliefs that are running, you'd be amazed what we're still carrying, and what we're still carrying from other lifetimes, or that's been passed down through generations of our ancestors, what they've experienced through their cultural beliefs. A lot of old tribal beliefs that we've all had passed down, whatever tribes and whatever country we've lived in. So that's what we're going to clear. All right, so ensure that you're 100% open to receiving healing. If you're not, if you find you've muscle tested and you're not, one of the healing videos I've done is on clearing blocks to receiving healing. And I can't remember what it is, but I think it's got a skeleton on the cover. I've got to change the cover of it. I think it's got a skeleton on the cover, and I need to find the link for it. But if you find that you're muscle testing and you're not getting 100% open to receiving healing, actually drop it down in the comments below, and I will see if I can find the link. Unfortunately, I forget to put the cards on top of these videos. It's just getting time. All this stuff is fiddly. It's just getting time to do it sometimes. I am sorry. Yeah, anyway, let's get started, shall we? Right, cultural and religious beliefs. So it's not so much your current cultural and religious beliefs, more of what you're holding on to that's no longer serving you. It could, as I said, it could be ancestral. Is this straight or not? Probably not. It could be ancestral. It could be other lifetimes, that kind of thing. Like race beliefs, really. It would be referred to as race beliefs in the chart. So we'll see what comes up anyway. Oh, where am I going? My pendulum. Let's get that sorted. Right. So what's that running at? Old cultural, religious beliefs, race beliefs. What's that running at? 0 positive and 100 negative. Quelle surprise. And it is at incarnational level. So let's get the teams to clear that, your high self teams, to clear that from you. Sorry about the long explanation at the beginning, but I just wanted to clarify. So if you have particular beliefs or particular cultural, societal norms right now and you're happy with them, that's absolutely fine. What we don't want to do, because you know, that is how you choose to live your life, is entirely up to you now, and we don't want to interfere with that because that's your choice. But we're looking at stuff that's outdated, outmoded, and you know, a lot of things change over centuries that are still carried within our DNA and from other lifetimes and other planetary systems that we've lived on, you know, like other race beliefs from, you know, other planets, other dimensions that we may have lived in. So who knows? Who knows? It's just good to clear them. Clear out what's no longer needed. It's just clearing out obsolete programming, really. Oh, and I've got to thank people for their donations. Some people have been really, really, really kind this month. I think I've thanked everybody. So apologies if I've left anybody out. If I haven't emailed you back, it's really bad of me, sorry. And it's unintentional. Sometimes I get so much email that it gets sort of lost, but I'm ever so grateful. Thank you. So in this system, it says race beliefs, which is on chart 10A. It says these beliefs are part of the original DNA chromosome programming of the soul. They can also be carried over from past lives. Souls are programmed to experience some incarnations as a member of a minor race and some as a member of a major race. Race beliefs encourage discrimination and can be very destructive. Yeah, because it's separation, isn't it? And it used to be very separate with tribes and tribal things, and that still goes on today, really. You know, I mean, it is, you can still see it being played out in the world as well. I'm not going to go into any details. I don't want to offend any group there, but you can see it being played out in the world at the moment. And this is all the old energy coming up to be exorcised and integrated in the world. It says the major races harm the minor races. The usual energies are guilt and self-punishment. And sometimes there's some other energies. And it says the minor races are usually the ones being discriminated against. Their energies are low self-esteem, self-limitation and victimization. Usually, and there's other energies as well. Okay, that's interesting. So we're not just doing race beliefs. Obviously, we're doing religious beliefs and cultural beliefs with this as well. But it's all old stuff. So anything that encourages separation of any kind is coming from shadow, of any kind. We don't want any separation. We're all one. Right, chart 5. Chart 5 is blocks and interferences, negative motivations. So as you can see, I've changed some of these charts. I haven't replaced all of them. Some of them are still my old ones. Haven't had time. Anything on the inside? Discordant thought forms, unsurprisingly. So let's just clear those away. So reach over for my cup of tea whilst I'm doing that. Oh, you can't beat a cup of tea. It's green tea with orange and lotus flower. It's delicious. Twinings one. Yummy. Okay, where are we going next? Still on chart 5. As I said before, it won't let me move on until I've cleared what I need to clear from the appropriate charts. Where are we going? Discarnates from past lives. Okay, anything else? Separates, type 1 or type 2? We're going for type 2 separates this time. Last clearing was type 1 separates. Type 2 separates attach at birth, or they attach to the fetus. Where else? Demonic forces, yeah. So it's like demonic forces, to me, it's like a group, collective group rage energy. It's very destructive. You can really feel lighter when they've removed. I'm not going to how many levels of consciousness, but it feels very heavy. And let's just command the teams to remove all of those energies from you across all levels of consciousness for your highest good. It feels very, very heavy energy. So let's just clear that away. my cat's tail there, you can see. I don't know if you can see, is it coming into camera? Not really. He's sitting next to me. Oh, it's still so heavy. I work with the pendulum every single day, even when I'm not working. If I'm doing stuff for myself or clearing something, I'm always working with the pendulum, so I can feel the energy through it very, very clearly. It still feels quite heavy. Okay, how are we doing? Is that cleared? Is there more? Yeah, I thought so. What else is still running them? Still discarnates from past lives. Okay, can we clear and remove them at all levels of consciousness? Can you see this all right? See if I can pull the camera back whilst this is clearing. Sorry, I can't seem to get the camera right today. If you want to train in SRT, I don't teach it, but all the details are on the description, including the books, The Freedom Path, Soul Recreation and Spiritual Healing, all by Robert Detzler. Well worth getting. There are charts at the back of the books, so you can learn how to do some clearings yourself. I mean, there's no substitute for being trained in it, because there's so much more information comes out of the training, much more. And you learn how to use the system properly. And my recommendations for the trainers are and who to train with. There are trainers all over the world, but they're all on the description. If you want to work with me, if you want to work with me either one-to-one without the SRT or with the SRT as part of a package, but also one-to-one on Zoom, then my website details are all on the description. And if you want to work with me private clearings, then the SRT package is also on my website as well. So it's a very SRT is a very clinical way of removing programming, belief systems, and even emotional attachments. I've experienced every kind of emotion with it, from feeling nothing at the time to noticing I'm responding differently in a situation that would have bothered me before, to having emotion coming up out of nowhere with SRT. So it just depends on the individual. It depends on what we're clearing. It depends how deep we're holding on to it. You never fully get to the end of all these things. You know, there's always another layer, because we're always expanding our conscious awareness, and therefore it's like a spiral. So as we expand, the spiral of energy expands, we're given another opportunity to refine the vibration of the belief systems that we're holding on to. And because we're living other lifetimes simultaneously at the moment, there's always other beliefs being created. So sometimes we think, oh, but I've cleared this so many times. It doesn't matter. And what matters is your attachment to it. And you'll find that what used to be a massive problem, you know, if I can see here, what used to be a problem out here becomes a problem here. You know, it just gets smaller and smaller and smaller. So in the end, it just becomes a thought that comes and goes. There's no attachment to that thought. And that's what we're removing, the attachments to these thoughts and some of the thoughts as well, so that the mind becomes less of a highway, motorway, and more of a B or C road. I don't know if you have such a thing as a C road, but we'll call that a dirt track, a C road, so that it's almost nothing. It quietens the mind significantly. Right, where are we going next? Chart 13, I think, programs before creation. Levels 7 and 8. So that refers to lots of charts held on the other side of life that are too numerous to mention here. And I'm not going into any depth with these clearings. These are just mini clearings or tasters. And I'm sorry to my lovely friend that follows this that gets triggered by the word taster. My apologies. Yikes. Sorry, but it is. But it is. This is just like a mini clearing, really. We're not going to any energy bodies. I'm not asking specific questions, but it's still powerful, still very, very powerful. And the healing, how is it done? It's done at a quantum level, quantum entanglement. We're all connected no matter where we are in the world, outside of time. So it can be done at any time. And this is why I do the clearings. When I do the personal clearings, I do them remotely. So I do the clearing and then send you the details. You don't have to be present for the clearings. Our horizons are unlimited, and that's the advantage of using SRT. But it complements the other clearing that I do, breaking the bonds of the 2,600 pathways, which is the evolutionary path there. So let's clear those away. All blocks to our horizons are unlimited as well. Clearing those. I don't think there's one sole method to be used for integrating the shadow. I think we need to dip in and out of different healing modalities as appropriate. And some people find journeying helpful. It's not my cup of tea, no pun intended. And some people find something else helpful, and other things helpful. Some people find visual meditations and helpful, and we all have different things. I mean, I'm a master NLP practitioner, but I don't use NLP very much because I don't find it particularly effective on me. So I don't tend to use it. I tend to use what's been very, very effective for me. And so I know what works there. And I guess people get drawn to me, they work with me. They're drawn to that vibration. There's something in them that says, I need to work with this person. So they're directed towards me. Like we all get directed to certain healers. I've started working with a kinesiologist again recently. It's been a long time since I worked with a kinesiologist for my own benefit. And I knew as soon as I saw her, I just knew she was going to make a big difference for me. It just felt absolutely right. And we just get that sometimes, don't we? And she works remotely as well. So she's lovely as well. So I have quite a team of people, of nutritionists, chart 15, nutritionists, various other people, various different modalities. So if there's a modality that you're looking for and you really want or feels right, or I feel you'd be good with this person, then I will always recommend it to clients. The most important thing is that clients get what they need, not that they have to work with me. They have to get what they need. Right, we've got programs coming up on chart 15. So I just want to see what the programs are that are coming up on chart 15. And chart 15 is the I am level consciousness. So what programs are coming up at that level? Inside right, failure. Okay, so let's clear all failure away. This is still cultural, social beliefs, religious beliefs, race beliefs. Let's clear all failure that's coming up at the I am level consciousness. That will clear quickly. Chart 18, higher level blocks. So programs in the subconscious mind of I am that I am God of planet. So this is where the Lords of Karma sit in chart 18. So when we get sent here, when we get directed here, there's usually time to release that karma. It's the cycles coming to a close. So there's programs there being released in connection with that. Right, you tell me, is it time to do another prosperity clearing for you all, or entities, attachments or something? They're always the most popular videos, and I've got a couple out on each of them, but I wonder if it's time to do another one. Do you feel What feels more important to you at the moment in the world? Perhaps I should do some more polls to find out what people want. I've got a whole list of clearings that people want doing, but I just I want you to have a comfortable life, all of you. I want you to be abundant and prosperous and feeling free. Learning is a continuous process. Learning blocks to learning is a continuous process, clearing away. Right, we're clearing the rim of creation through Godhead and Spirit. What can I tell you about the rim of creation? I think I was talking about this not long ago. So this is what was said in the book. Robert said when he first was shown the rim of creation, he thought it was like a wagon wheel with 12 lines running through it like spokes. And later he saw that it was a sphere with the lines meeting at the centre. The 12th line stood up like a steel rod, and the other 11 lines wove around it like a maypole dance. And Spirit says the 12th line is mankind, and the other 11 lines are support systems for mankind. And they are fire, water, earth, air, animal, bird, fish, vegetable, mineral, consciousness, and light. Only after the 11 are in place can man exist on a planet. Symbolically, the planet was 5 days in creation or preparation before man was created. So a lot of the Old Testament, because it's very metaphorical, but very, very true when you look into the true spiritual meaning of it. So it's interesting that that's coming out the rim of creation in this particular clearing. Anything else? No, let's go to mop up. So what I thought would come up didn't come up. Interestingly enough, I thought we'd go to 10A or 10B and clear race beliefs, but it didn't. And it might be what's being cleared now. So this is where the bulk of the clearing takes place by your teams on the other side of life in the mop-up process. They have 200 plus charts on their side of life. So they're clearing the bulk of the programs. Okay. Is there anything else? If you're interested in clearing more race beliefs, then do have a look. There is a slavery clearing on slavery, and I think slavery mindset as well. I think I did a clearing on that as well. So do have a look through the playlists. Okay, are we done? Yeah. Okay, where are we going? 100 positive, 0 negative. Let's see where we are. I have a feeling I'm going to have to do another one of these on this particular area, Radiant Love New Paradigm level. Another one done. Drink lots of water. Don't do too many of these. You know the usual stuff. I will see you on the next clearing. And yeah, see you then. You take care of yourselves. Bye, sweeties.